and welcome to Unews for this Tuesday, January 28th. I'm Andrea Linares. We begin today with the Senate impeachment trial of President Trump and the growing push to hear new witness testimony. This comes after new revelations from former National Security Advisor John Bolton, who appears to undermine President Trump and his lawyers. Team Trump starting day 3 of opening arguments. Here's the latest. A White House official says President Trump has watched parts of this trial and has been pleased at the performance of his legal team. Now, in regards to what happens next, senators will begin a 16-hour question and answer period tomorrow, and after that, there will be 4 hours of debate. Now, the Senate is poised to debate whether to subpoena witnesses on or around Friday. If the vote fails, the Senate could vote to acquit President Trump then. Otherwise, this trial will continue. And now to further discuss impeachment, let's bring in Jose Gabilondo. He's a law professor at Florida International. Meanwhile, President Trump unveiled his plan to bring peace to the Middle East alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Pablo Gatto is in Washington, D.C. with the latest details on this. Pablo, what did the president say today? Well, it's a difficult process indeed. Thanks so much, Pablo Gatto, reporting from Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, in Afghanistan, an investigation is underway after a U.S. military aircraft crashed in the Ghazni province. Now to the latest on the helicopter crash that killed basketball legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others. The NBA and WNBA sharing tributes. Kobe was a huge supporter of women's basketball. The memorial is also growing at Kobe's longtime professional home, the Staples Center, in Los Angeles, where he played with the Lakers. Carolina Sarasa has the latest on this investigation into what caused the fatal accident. Kobe Bryant had an especially close relationship with the Hispanic community, particularly in Los Angeles. Vanessa, his Mexican-American wife, inspired him to learn Spanish and fall in love with Mexican cuisine, which they enjoyed in restaurants around that city. Dulce Castellanos spoke with some of his fans, as well as the restaurant workers who served him.
Passion for sports went beyond basketball. Kobe was also a close follower of Mexican soccer and had just welcomed Chicharito Hernandez to Los Angeles, a city where he now leaves an unforgettable legacy. In Los Angeles, Dulce Castellanos, Unews.
He and the other victims will never be forgotten. And concerns over the coronavirus are growing worldwide. This as the number of deaths and infected people rise. Lorraine Cáceres has the latest on the worsening outbreak. Now, so far, 4,610 people are infected and 106 have died. Health officials in China are concerned that the virus might be transmittable for up to 14 days after exposure, even if the carrier isn't yet showing symptoms. Now, there is no concrete evidence of that yet, but authorities are working to determine if it's the case or not. And for more on how the coronavirus is impacting those in China, let's go to Oscar Margain. He's a journalist based in Beijing. Back here in the U.S. today, lawyers for the electoral battleground state of Florida are asking the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to set aside a ruling that allows a new Supreme Court ruling has empowered the Trump administration to further reshape who is allowed to become a legal immigrant here in the U.S. by allowing the administration to limit access to green cards for low-income immigrants who may rely on public assistance. It's a move that many believe is discriminatory and will prevent people who need help from seeking it. Peggy Carranza has much more. Philadelphia hopes surveillance images will help them identify a man accused of stealing a backpack containing $500,000 worth of jewelry. The robbery, where authorities have closed a cold case from 2007 when the body of an infant was found in Yolo County. It wasn't until October that DNA technology identified the baby, and now authorities are linking the baby's father to the alleged murder and possibly other deaths. Here is Roger Borges. Carolina Sarasa, she has a preview of what's coming up during the second hour of Unews. Caro, what will you have for us?
Well, thank you, Andrea. We have a lot more info coming up in minutes. As fans around the world continue to mourn Kobe Bryant, we'll take a look at the other passengers who died in that crash, amongst them a star coach and a mother of 3. And we'll hear from the superstar himself. Univision interviewed him just weeks before his tragic passing. And we also have the latest on the president's proposed travel ban. That move now back in court. Those details and so much more coming up shortly. Andrea, back to you.
Thanks so much, Caro. We'll be waiting for you right here. It's the well-known child's toy for the budding artist and us all, the Etch-a-Sketch. While many of us spent hours just trying to use it to draw just some simple shapes, an Indiana artist is using it to draw astonished reactions from her customers. Meridi Morangi has her story. I have to be honest, but as a kid, that toy actually got me quite frustrated. It didn't come out the way I wanted to. So, kudos to her because she's truly an expert. That's all the time that we have for this first hour of Unews, but stay tuned for the second hour. We have much more information coming up next with Carolina Sarasa. I'm Andrea Linares, and I will see you tomorrow. And remember, you can always follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Univision News. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day.